How's it going, knife nerds? Today I got the Something Obscene Company Nemley 3.0, I believe is the digits on that. This is a big honkin' 3.5 inch cleaver blade frame lock flipper designed by Felix Archbeck at Something Obscene Company and manufactured by We Knives. This is an integral, so one piece of solid titanium for the handle scales, and it is rocking some CPM 20 CV on the blade steel there, and it is just a straight flipper frame lock. Sick ass clip on it. I really dig the shape of the clip. Got some heavily scalloped contouring along the scales here. Pretty freaking crazy. It's all PVD coated, DLC coated. And yes, if you're wondering, you can most definitely grab that lightning bolt cutout and middle finger flick the blade, which there is a lot of weight out on this big old blade, of course. And you really get a lot of cutting edge here. There's 3.5 inches of cutting edge on this knife. Now these dropped in, I believe it was 2020. And so 2 years ago since the last run of the SOC Nemley. And so I'm hoping that more of these will hit the market, because this one is not mine. This was sent in for some modification. And once I get done with this little quick review here, I'm going to shut off the camera and then I will pick it back up after the modifications are done and show you what I did to it. So it is getting a blade modification only. The handle scales will be left stock like they are now, which I think looks freaking amazing anyway. And so details. You can see this little cutout here, which is how you access the bearings in the knife during assembly. Since there isn't two pieces of the scales, you have to have a way to get this this bearing in here. So you'll take the, you'll put your bearing and one blade and the blade in there, and then slide that in, and then insert your other bearing and washer and assemble it like that. And that's how that works on this knife. The manufacturing here was We Knives, I'm pretty sure, and it's pretty good. Definitely good quality manufacturing. Maybe not quite Riot level, but close. You can see the level of machining that they are capable of there on the lock bar insert, and how they inlaid that into that titanium frame piece there. And yeah, so We is good. They've always been good, and they're going to continue to be good, but just not quite at Riot's level, and that's okay. There's got to be a king, right? Yeah. So man, I tell you, the ergos on this thing are pretty darn good. So when I get my 3 fingers in here, my 4th finger kind of lands right on this point right here, but it's not uncomfortable. It's not really pokey or anything. The corners are nicely rounded, so you definitely feels like I've got a really good solid purchase on this knife. The way that my finger tucks in here and the other 3 are back here, and then you've got a sort of a ramped spine here with this really aggressive jimping on the titanium there and on the blade. This is all pretty aggressive jimping. It does offer traction. It is 100% functional, and it's not too sharp while still providing lots of traction, so the jimping works very freaking well. Awesome chamfer work along the lightning bolt cutout here and along the blade, the spine of the blade there. We've got all that chamfered. This is a full flat, well, a saber grind. It is a flat grind, but it's just a high flat grind like so. There is some scratches in the finish and something here along the edge. I don't know, maybe somebody cut into something or wiped it with some kind of chemicals and it kind of bleached out the DLC a little bit there. I tried cleaning this with all kinds of things and putting oil on it, and nothing took away that stain in the finish, but that's okay because this blade is getting modified anyways, and so no big deal there. Man, I really dig this knife. They're incredibly hard to get on the secondary market and very expensive. The people that have these in their collection are not generally letting go of them, and if they do let go of them, they want a pretty penny for them. I mean, these were like what, $300 $400 retail back when they were available, and now, you know, they're selling on the aftermarket for $650 $750 depending on what version you got. They had some that have fat carbon inlays right here, and those are generally the higher end ones. And yeah, super cool knife. I don't think there's a lot of reviews for it on YouTube because it's, you know, it's a pretty polarizing design. It's definitely, you know, presenting a very loud design language, which something Obscene is known for. And it's not for everybody, guys. This is, you know, it's exuding a certain style that only some people are going to like, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's a badass knife. I'd like to have one in my collection one day. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut the video here and get to modifying this knife. You know, it may be a day, it may be 2 days, it may be 3 days later when I get back to videoing the final product for a good knife bro of mine, Mr. Jason, that sent this knife in, and for the modifications, and we'll see what the end product looks like. All right, y'all. All right, nerds, I am back. It has been a few weeks since I filmed the first portion of this video. It took me a really long time to do this blade modification, and I am here to say that it is done, and it is insanely epic. Yes. Yeah, this is crazy. Oh, and the action now, because now it's riding on skiffs and it's riding on a mirrored blade. Ugh, what? Yes, sir. It is just absolute butter smooth. And God, even the opening feels different, I guess because it's tuned and oiled and riding on the skiffs. It just feels so good now. Yeah, really strong, snappy detent, hard deployment. Yeah, so I don't know what all I covered in the last portion of the video. I've totally forgotten by now. But the ergos on this thing are very good. We've got good jimping here, and you really lock in with this beautiful choil here, and it feels great in hand. And yes, it is very very mirrored. So yeah, most of what you're seeing on the blade there is just lint. It's near impossible to keep the lint off of the mirrored blade. But yeah, whew. The gentleman who got this work done on this knife is going to be quite excited. Yeah. Anyways, just a quick video on the Something Obscene Company Nemley 3.0 integral and a modification that I did for a gentleman. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Later.